campaign structure. This is a super controversial topic nowadays because Facebook, on one end, wants you to just go for advanced shopping campaigns plus whatever AI and so forth. So basically, you just say, okay, I want conversions, I want purchases. Here are my ads. Facebook, do everything on my behalf. These campaigns are super powerful, but there are some requirements. So your pixel needs to be super trained. You need to have a lot of events already stored. So Facebook has to learn from your pixel what is a conversion for you, how to bring the best conversions for you, what's the best audience, and so forth. So if you don't have this kind of data, these campaigns won't work. At least in the very beginning. So it's better to do some manual sales campaigns. We will see it in a second. So this is the kind of the first question: should I do an advanced shopping campaign plus whatever, or a manual sales campaign? If you don't have a super strong e-commerce, and also you know why, for some products there are some products that they have big volumes, and for those big volumes, the advantage shopping campaigns are very, very good. If you are in software, for example, have a more niche product, or less sales, then it's still good to do manual sales campaigns. Most of the settings from advantage shopping plus campaigns are still in the manual sales campaigns. So it's just that we, with manual sales campaigns, we keep control of the ad sets. So we keep control of the targeting, even though what we can do with the targeting nowadays is a bit limited. So this is kind of an intro. Let's put here a bit what we just say. So we have these advanced shopping plus campaigns that we will look in a second, and then we have the manual sales campaign. So let's start from here. When you create a manual sales campaign, the very, very important thing is, okay, I want purchases, and this should be my freaking goal. So just tell Facebook what you want. Don't go after page views or these kind of things. These won't work. You will have a lot of events, yes, but Facebook brings you exactly what you're asking for. So if you want purchases, just ask for purchases. You don't have many of them, well, it will take more time. We will look at a bit of a trick here where we can go a bit upper in the funnel. So we can say optimize for initiate checkout or for add to cart, because these are strong indication of a purchase if we don't have a purchase. Small parenthesis, if you have tons of add to cart, tons of initiate checkouts, but you don't have purchases, then you have a freaking problem, right? Because nobody's buying your product. So this is not a Facebook problem. This is not an optimization problem, a campaign problem. This is a funnel problem, landing page problem, technical problem, or your price is too high and so forth. So again, you can go upper in the funnel to optimize for a bit more events where you have more volume. But if this volume doesn't get you to the purchases, then you have a problem, okay? It's not a meta optimization problem. So that said, optimize for purchases, because this is what you want to do. You want to sell stuff, you want to make money. So the goal in the campaign will be this one, right? And then what about the targeting? So Meta now works with this algorithmic stuff. This means that, at least this is what they say, but it's kind of true based on the test I did, and based on pretty much every marketer that actually works on this. They do prospecting and remarketing at the same time. This means that they bring you people they don't know you at all, and they bring you people that know you already, and they do it in the same campaign. So back in the days, campaign structure was something like this. You had like prospecting campaigns, so top of the funnel, and then you have something like even middle funnel campaigns, but let's simplify here and just say remarketing campaigns. I still do this stuff, to be honest. I still do this stuff. And for some clients, for some older accounts, this still works very well. It's important to test. Again, also these kind of things, also the structure of the campaigns, because it might be that this new algorithmic stuff for you doesn't work because it's trained on some kind of products, and for other kind of products doesn't work as well. So you will need to test this as well. But let's go back to the manual sales campaign. So you have purchases, you have your goal, and then what about the audience? Before you could do some kind of interest targeting and so forth. What I see works very well now is, of course, going broad. But I still see, and some other advertisers are not seeing that, but for me, lookalikes are still very, very, very good. I have clients that are extremely positive, ROAS positive, and they're getting a lot of purchases from lookalikes from their list. So it could be a lookalike from purchases, lookalike even add to cart, and so forth. I think, and this is my feeling, that Facebook uses this a bit as an hint, as a starting point to bring you better clients. That said, their algorithm is able to take events from your pixel and bring you customers already from those events. So even if you don't specify, okay, I want add to cart, an add to cart audience or a purchase audience, they take the events and they understand this is a potential purchase customer, so they act accordingly and they do remarketing already on this customer. It's a bit complicated to explain, and to be honest, I don't know exactly how it works. But this is irrelevant for us. We are interested in the results. So in the audience, what you can do is you can still work with kind of the old method. So saying, okay, you can import your lookalikes. You can even do interest targeting still, but keep in mind that Facebook does this expansion thing. So whatever you do, and for some type of campaigns, the expansion cannot even be turned off. It's automatic. And I guess in 6 months, it won't be, every campaign will be with this expansion, audience expansion. So Facebook can start with your int, can start from your lookalike, can start from your interest, but then they will expand based on their exploration through the algorithm. So don't go crazy. The lesson here is don't go crazy about the audience, because Facebook will do whatever they want anyway. But keep doing your custom audiences, keep creating your lookalikes, and keep putting them there in your campaigns, because this, in my opinion, is still a good signal you can give to Facebook of what you potentially want. And again, I see this sort of giving better performance to a lot of campaigns if there are some lookalikes and so forth. So going back to our structure here, we have a manual sales campaign. We said, okay, this is my goal. I just want purchases. And the audience here, what you can do is you can have multiple assets, but the keyword here is always consolidation. So don't have like 30,000 assets. You can go very, very incredibly broad and just say, okay, I have a broad asset, a broad audience. Broad means basically you don't give any parameter to Facebook. You say, okay, just target everybody in United States, or target everybody in Germany. The only thing it's important to specify, of course, is where you are selling, right? If you're selling all in Germany, you cannot be broad worldwide. So you need to go broad, but in Germany. And one thing it's important to specify is that, for example, if you're going in some country with some English ads, don't do that unless it's a very, very English-speaking country, like some Nordic countries, for example, like Sweden. You can still go with ads in English. If you're going to Germany with English ad, you will have big problems. So go with German ads. And same for France, Italy, and so forth. Don't do English campaigns on a broad audience in Germany, because you will see off results that I can't guarantee. And you can specify the language when you create your campaign. So we are here with our broad audience, and here in the other assets, I still do lookalikes and compare them to the broad audience. What is good about these campaigns is always keep the advantage plus budget thing. It's the former CBO. What this means is that if you have this parameter active in your campaign, Facebook will distribute the budget on the best assets. So you don't need to worry about having those so-called ABO, so budget at the asset level. You just put the budget at the campaign level, and Facebook will do the distribution for you. And of course, it's dynamic. So whatever works better, Facebook puts the money there. So what I do now, what I still do now, is this kind of structure. So broad lookalikes, and then inside this, you just put your ads. What's the problem with ads? First of all, there are two things to keep in mind. One is that you always need to offer as many possibilities as possible to Facebook. So give a video, give an image, give a carousel, give catalog ads, whatever you can give, you should give them, because they need to fill their inventory. So the more material you provide, the better. If you go to an auction and you don't have enough creatives in terms of the type of creative, then you might lose the auction just for that reason. So it's important to have all kind of creatives. This is not easy, of course, because it takes a lot of time to produce and so forth. A quick word about ads and testing. Let's do a quick jump back here, because something that I still do is have a separated testing campaign and then a production campaign. So I have a testing campaign where I put my creatives that I want to test, and I turn it on and off when I want to do stuff. And then I promote in the production campaign those ads that are kind of good for me. For example, let's go here and say, okay, I have some ads in my testing campaign. So I have ad 1, ad 2, whatever. And what happens here? I have a certain, let's call it KPI, to understand when something works. So it's important to understand that the main KPI is always purchases, and it's always like conversions, better purchases, and the value and the cost of those purchases. Because if I have an ad that does super nice link click CTR, so a lot of people click, arrive on the landing page, but they don't convert, then there's a problem, right? There's something wrong. And it could be something wrong in the ad. And again, as we discussed in the beginning, something wrong in the conversion funnel. So maybe the landing page is crooked, the price is too high, and so forth. But there's a lot of beginning campaigns. So a lot of people, when they start doing stuff, they don't have a lot of conversion data and so forth. We need first to understand what works in terms of the creative type or the hooks, so we can evaluate if customers are kind of hooked and they like to click on certain type of ads. This is important to understand, because if you start a campaign from scratch and you're testing something and you don't see conversions, maybe the problem is not about the ad or the product itself. It's just about the time that it takes for a customer from the click to the conversion, to basically buy the product or the service. It can take a week, it can take several weeks. So they need multiple touch points with your brand, with your product, and so forth. So if I run, for example, some ads for a week and then I don't see conversion, it doesn't mean these ads are horrible or they don't work, because maybe they are super nice and they're working. My customers are thinking about my product, and the second time, third time, they will see some kind of reference to me, to my product, they will buy it. So in the beginning, try to evaluate the CTR and the link click CTR. At least you will know that customers are clicking on your ads, and CTR link click, and you are doing sort of, your ads are working and your ads are good, and people like to click on them, even if you don't see purchases and conversion. You can always check when you're testing also this kind of upper funnel conversions. So you can check, for example, if you have landing page views, okay, if you have add to cart, or if you have some kind of free subscription and so forth, you can check those. And these are indication of the user entering the funnel, so showing interest in the product even if they don't purchase. So as a primary one, you want to see if customers like to click. Okay, this means they like the ad, and then you can see kind of an upper funnel conversion that could be subscriptions or whatever, a PDF download, and so forth. These are good events for your pixel, of course, because Facebook will understand itself there's an interest, but also for you to evaluate an ad. So what you do is you put your ads in your testing campaign, and you evaluate these KPIs, and then you promote your winners. And the winners could be simple. So you can have some rules. For example, if the CTR, the link click CTR is more than 2.5%, you promote the production. Or if you have more than 5 signups or some kind of download, you promote in production. This is an approach I still use for lots of accounts, but you can probably ignore this approach and just go for one campaign where you put all your ads, optimize for purchases, and just wait for Facebook to deliver your conversions. If you want to have a bit more control, I suggest this approach. Why? Because you can learn a lot about what customers like to click. You can experiment more, and I think it's a good process to test things first and then put them in this kind of production campaign. Again, the production campaign will still be very AI optimized, so we'll have all Facebook budget distribution and audience expansion. So you will have a lot of the new AI things from Facebook. Still, you will get some control, and you will be able to not, for example, put many ads in the production campaign that might not work. This way, you kind of keep it pristine, you kind of keep it clean, only with winners, and you also it's good as kind of organization method, but also it's good for the health of your account. So you bring your ads into the production campaign, and then basically you run it from there. So this is a bit a hint of a structure that I like to use. And again, this approach we described here, we tested in production. Before, there was also remarketing campaigns, but now it doesn't make sense too much to do remarketing campaigns because Facebook is actively doing remarketing while prospecting. So you can just have one production campaign. You can still use some remarketing campaign here this is not prospecting, this is remarketing. You can still use remarketing campaigns if you have a very specific audience that you want to target, or you want, for example, you want users that were absolutely doing something on the website or bought a specific product. You want to advertise to them very specific message, a very specific ad with a discount or with an upsell offer and so forth. But most of the time, we don't do remarketing campaigns anymore. We just have our testing campaign or our production campaign, and we just do things from there. So this is kind of the 2023/2024 approach. Most likely in 2025, we are going to do just one big campaign, just one production campaign, even skip the testing part. This is something I see already. But to my liking, it's better to do a testing campaign first. So this is pretty much everything you need to do. You need to know about the campaign structure. So just to recap here, you will see if you browse on YouTube or other videos, you will see lots of different opinions and so forth. But there are some things to keep in mind. So one is you need to pretty much simplify as much as possible. The only different thing I have right now is like testing campaigns and production campaigns. Of course, you can have multiple production campaigns. You can have one campaign for Germany, as we said, one campaign for the US if you sell internationally. You can have, of course, campaigns for different products if you want, even though it depends how different they are. So they are very, very different services and very different offer, because otherwise you can also aggregate all your stuff together. Facebook will take care of it. The most important thing, and we will say this we already said that in other videos, and we will say that this in more videos, is the creatives. So everybody's saying the targeting happens with the creatives. This is kind of true, because Facebook is able to read your images and videos and say, okay, this video, this image is about this. So these people, this audience might be the best for to advertise this stuff. We will look a bit more into sort of ads clinic in the next videos. And for now, again, just to recap, if you have high volume already, you have an e-commerce, you can go for advanced shopping campaign plus. If you are like an indie hacker, you need to sort of test your product a bit more, try to find your audience, try to find your sort of market, go for a manual sales campaign, and then put purchase as a maximize purchases, maximize conversions. That actually is what you want. And then go for broad, use lookalikes still. I think this is a good one. And just work a lot on your ads, just work a lot on your landing pages. So work a lot on your funnel. Don't think too much about creating complex campaign structures, because what Facebook will do is look at your ads, look at your budget, look at your country, the country where you want to advertise, and say, okay, this is what I think is better. And they will also look, of course, at your pixel, at your conversion API. So the data that is coming from the pixel, everything they gather, then they sort of think about it and try to bring you the best audience. Thank you.